Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. For those of you who are new to the channel, you can find myself and the rest of the team. We are Kids of the Canyon, we're on Facebook and Instagram. Also, you can find myself on Twitter under Katkin525. It's probably worth following me on there. I share all of the leaks and things that I find first onto that account and then make the videos. So if you want to find out everything quickly, yeah, follow me on there. I wanted to have a look at the next chapter of Pathfinder's quest today. It's based around Gibraltar and it's called Solace on Solace. Pathfinder has started this chapter with a self-motivational quote. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I thought that was quite a nice way to start the chapter as well. It's quite a lovely quote that he's chosen. So Gibraltar is 30 years old. He is from Solace and he is a son of two Saras, which is the Search and Rescue Association of Solace. They are volunteers for that team. His family actually created Saras as well, which is quite interesting. So you've probably heard this story before briefly, but it goes into a lot more detail in the book. When Gibraltar was younger, he and his boyfriend stole his father's motorcycle and got trapped in a mudslide. His parents came to save him, obviously being part of the search and rescue team, and his dad ended up losing his arm in the process. The reason why Gibraltar stole the motorcycle, which I didn't know, was because he wanted to join the war effort. He knew a lot of friends and things that had joined, and you know, he just wanted to look after them and protect them. That's what his family is all about. Looking after people and doing the right thing. So he believed he would be doing the right thing by running away and joining the war effort. It's also the same reason why Gibraltar joined the Apex Games. He had friends in the games, and I don't know how to best put this, but it basically says that his friends had joined up and had never come home, so he wanted to join and keep everyone safe. The way it's worded makes me think that they didn't make it through the Apex Games rather than they were having such a good time that they just stayed. But take it how you will. Obviously, this is just how it's been worded, is that they never came home. So when Gibraltar was born, the IMC were in charge of the Outlands. As I said, his family goes way back, and they were actually part of the first expeditions. I'm having trouble saying that today. Expeditions to the Outlands. And the IMC created the Thunderdome while they were in charge to help create jobs and things, but it ended up being more of like a gladiator dome, a blood sport. And Gibraltar actually ended up working there. Luckily, he was just like a cleaner, but that's where he met Nick. So he started working there when the war first broke out. And after he stole the motorbike with Nick, Nick had actually taken the blame and said that everything was his idea, and his parents took him and sent him to the juvenile delinquency centre because, like I say, he took the blame of what happened that night. Years later, Gibraltar tracked him down, but he wasn't the same. Sorry, I don't know if that'll come through. Some geese are just flying over the house. So Gibraltar tracked him down, but he wasn't the same person. He was a bit more criminal, and he had a son of his own at this point. Also, there was this really, really sweet story in the book that I wanted to read to you. It's based around Gibraltar's heritage, his family, and the town that he grew up in. Let me just find it 1 second. So this is a story that Gibraltar's, I believe, grandma had told him growing up. So the town he is from is called Little Mouse, which is all based around this story from his family. I think the name is pronounced Pio. I'm just gonna go with that, but you can correct me. It's Pio. So this is the story. My jolly Jibby, listen closely, for this is the journey of a little mouse. Many courageous civilians volunteered for the journey across the frontier with hopes for better lives for their families, including our own. Some knew each other, some did not, but they all knew they had to learn to live in peace aboard the IMS Nostos if they had any chance of surviving the long trip, and they did for the first few years, but as tensions rose, our distant relative, Pio Gibraltar, hit his limit and lost control. Consumed with stress and madness, Pio, the giant man he was, almost destroyed the entire vessel. He spent the next year locked away in the brig, and that is where his life turned around. That is where our future turned around. This is where he met the little mouse. Alone in a jail cell, Pio befriended this helpless little animal. How he got on board, or how it had remained alive for so long, is unknown. But how it continued to live from that point on is the basis for what us Gibraltars believe. Protect the innocent. That little mouse found Pio at his lowest, and without saying a word was able to teach him that survival comes from the heart, just as much as from the mind. Despite Pio's relatively intimidating size, that little mouse showed no fear, no hate, only love. That is what Pio needed to be reminded of, and that is something our family can never forget. As long as we take care of those who need us, we will be rewarded with the courage and strength to continue surviving. Obviously, the story kind of continues about the mouse and how Pio did in the cell, but I think that's enough of the story to kind of get the idea across that Gibraltar's family is very loving, very giving, and that's all that Gibraltar is about, and I absolutely love that. So I hope you all enjoyed this. As always, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Nice.
Yes. They're right here.
Hang on.
You're 33.
Got one.
Got on. Almost got one.
I've got him. Got him.
You got one?
Are they?
Over there. One there. Yeah, you do that. You kill him.